Pioneers are explorers. Pioneers are innovators. Pioneers are leaders. We are Marietta College. We are pioneers. Find out how you can become a PIO at www.marietta.edu.
Coming up today on NewsCenter 15, 5-year firearms enhancement dropped in Baldwin shooting case.
And newborn saved from earthquake in Syria adopted by her aunt.
We'll have these stories and more. NewsCenter 15 starts now. Good afternoon and welcome to Tuesday's edition of NewsCenter 15. I'm Addison Painter.
And I'm Evie Gravlin.
Topping our news this afternoon. The prosecution in the case of a fatal New Mexico film set shooting made a stark turnaround Monday, dropping the possibility of a mandatory 5-year sentence against Alec Baldwin, new court filings show. The actor-producer's attorneys had earlier objected to the enhancement, saying it was unconstitutional because it was added after the October 2021 shooting. Legal experts said Baldwin had a strong chance of seeing it tossed out. Baldwin's attorney declined to comment Monday after the reversal by prosecutors, who earlier criticized his efforts to have the sentencing requirement dropped.
A baby girl who was born under the rubble of her family's earthquake-shattered home has left the hospital and gone to her new home, when she will be with her paternal aunt's family. The girl had been at the hospital since hours after the February 6th earthquake. She was discharged Saturday, and her aunt and uncle adopted her and gave her a new name, Afara, after her late mother. Afara's mother died in quake along with her father and 4 siblings. A day after the infant arrived at the hospital, officials there named her Aya, Arabic for a sign from God. Afara's story has been widely shattered in news reports. People from around the world have offered to help her, with some saying they would like to adopt her. However, the relatives who took her in said that however hard their circumstances, the best place for the infant is with family.
All right, let's take a quick look at the current weather conditions.
Here to provide a first look at our weather is Landon.
Well, thank you, Evie. Well, it's looking like we're going to be having a bit of a repeat to an extent from the kinds of weather patterns we had last week. As of right now, it feels like a decent 50 degrees outside with some partly cloudy conditions, an expected high of 54, a relatively low UV index and fair air quality with a medium level pollen count at about a level of 3. So be careful with some of your allergies right there. The winds will be running around the west at about 13 miles per hour with a humidity ranging at about 63%. Now, as I was saying a few seconds ago, we're having a bit of a repeat in slightly different days of the week of the kind of up and down of temperatures that we had last week. We'll talk a little bit in more detail about how that will affect today and the rest of the week going forward into the weekend. But until then, back to you guys at the desk.
Michigan State University students and faculty returned to the East Lansing campus Monday as the university resumed normal operations, 1 week after a gunman shot and killed 3 students and injured 5 others. The 50,000-student university campus remained relatively quiet on the first day back, with many professors allowing students to attend class virtually. Many students skipped class to attend an afternoon protest at the state capitol in Lansing to call for gun control legislation. All students at the university this semester will be given a credit no credit option, which allows students to receive credit for all classes without it impacting their overall grade point average. University officials also asked teachers in an email Friday to extend as much grace and flexibility as you are able to with individual students now and in the incoming weeks.
A power substation fire temporarily caused outages at the Oakland International Airport and left 50,000 customers around the East San Francisco Bay Area without electricity Sunday. The Oakland Fire Department responded to a fire on a Pacific Gas and Electric property in the early afternoon and found a transformer on fire. The fire caused power outages in Oakland and Alameda. Pacific Gas and Electric's website estimated power would be restored by mid-evening. The Oakland International Airport, which serves about 170 flights a day, lost power for nearly 2 hours.
Coming up, a magnitude 6.3 earthquake struck southern Turkey.
A suspect is in custody after one person was killed and 4 others, including a 4-year-old girl, were injured in a shooting.
Stay with us.
Hey, this is Kevin Love from the Cleveland Cavaliers. Right now, many of us feel anxious. Mindfulness can help you ease those feelings. My nonprofit is partnering with Headspace to offer free content to help you stress less. Head to kevinlovefund.org/headspace.
Here's to the straggly ones, the first ones. Hey, I look good with this ones. The black, brown, red, and gray ones. The itchy ones. The ones grown by Dad. The ones grown for Dad. The I nearly didn't do it this year ones, and the absolutely filthy ones. They all raise awareness, raise funds, start conversations, and save lives. Because whatever you grow will save a bro. Learn more at Movember.com.
A magnitude 6.3 earthquake struck southern Turkey on Monday, killing at least 3 people and injuring hundreds more, according to Turkish and Syrian officials, just 2 weeks after a massive earthquake killed tens of thousands of people in both countries. The quake struck Turkey's southern Hatay province near the Syrian border. The quake's epicenter was in the province's Defne district. Turkish Interior Minister Soleh Solu said Monday, adding that there have been 26 aftershocks since. 3 people have died and 213 were injured on Monday's Soili said, and rescue services are still searching several buildings.
A suspect is in custody after one person was killed and 4 others, including a 4-year-old girl, were injured in a shooting Saturday night along a Mardi Gras parade route ahead of the city's ruckus celebration this weekend. The deceased victim is a teenage boy between the ages of 15 to 18. New Orleans Police interim Superintendent Michelle Woodfork said in a news conference Monday. The gunfire erupted around 9:30 p.m. along the route of the crew of a Bacchus parade, traditionally held in the run-up to the Mardi Gras celebration.
A Bengal tiger cub that was discovered inside a New Mexico home during a shooting investigation found a new home at the Wild Animal Sanctuary in Keensburg, Colorado. Duke, who's approximately 4 months old, is named after Albuquerque's nickname the Duke City, was found last month in a small dog crate by police who were responding to a report of gunfire. The gunfire call led responding officers to a convenience store where a bystander there had been shot in the leg. After arriving to the mobile home where the shooting took place, the tiger was found in the home, weighing in at a little more than 20 pounds.
As U.S. President Joe Biden touched down in Ukraine to meet with his counterpart Volodymyr Zelensky on Monday, China's top diplomat, was traveling in the opposite direction on his way to Russia. Wang Yi was promoted as Chinese leader Xi Jinping's top foreign advisor last month is due to arrive in Moscow this week as part of his 8-day Europe tour, a trip that brings into focus China's diplomatic balancing act since Russian tanks rolled into Ukraine 1 year ago. The optics of the two trips, taking place just days before the 1-year anniversary of the brutal war on Friday, underscores the sharpening of the geopolitical fault lines between the world's two global superpowers.
Coming up next, endangered African penguin chicks hatch at Arizona Aquarium.
We'll also get the latest news from Hollywood.
And after a rather warm and wet day, we'll be experiencing yet another drastic cool down as we loom towards the weekend. Find out more when I return for the 5-day forecast after the break.
Where are we?
We're at Marietta College.
This is where we live, at Marietta College.
When kids need medical care, they face life-changing experiences. They miss out on the things that make being a kid fun. Starlight Children's Foundation programs entertain and inspire hospitalized kids. Learn more at starlight.org.
Marietta, a place some people call home.
A place of athletes.
A place of discovery.
A place for the future.
Your plan.
Your future.
Go Pios.
An Arizona aquarium is celebrating the hatching of 3 endangered African penguin chicks, saying the tiny additions are genetically valuable as zoos and aquariums around the world work to ensure the species' survival through breeding programs and conservation efforts. Officials at ODY Sea Aquarium made the announcement Friday, posting a video of the fuzzy birds on social media. They hatched a few weeks ago and will remain behind the scenes with their parents until they're ready for a public appearance. African penguins have suffered a massive population decline over the decades and are listed as endangered by the International Union for Conservation of Nature. So any successful hatching is cause for celebration, said the Director of Animal Care and Education at the Arizona Aquarium.
For 2 weeks, an owl that escaped from New York's Central Park Zoo has flown from treetop to treetop, eluding capture and amassing legions of fans worried about its ability to survive alone in the big city. Would Flacco, a majestic Eurasian eagle owl, go hungry because he hadn't developed an ability to hunt while in captivity? With a collective sigh of relief, the answer was a responding no. It appears Flacco has regained his killer instinct and is becoming an old hand at swooping down from his lofty perch to feed on the park's bounty of rats. As a result, zoo officials announced that they were suspending recovery operations, at least for now, but will keep a close eye on the owl's health. They're going to continue monitoring Flacco, his activities, and prepare to resume recovery efforts if he shows any sign of difficulty or distress.
Thousands of Japanese fans, some wiping away tears, bid farewell to a beloved Japanese-born giant panda that made her final public appearance Sunday before flying to her home country, China. The panda fans gathered at Tokyo's Ueno Zoo for one last look at Zhang Zhang, the park's idol since her birth in 2017. Sunday's viewing was limited to 2,600 lucky ones who won their tickets in an extremely competitive lottery, but many others who didn't win came anyway to say their goodbyes from the outside of the panda house. Though she was born and grew up at the Tokyo Zoo, Zhang Zhang, whose parents are Riri and Xin Xin, are on loan from China, must return to that country. For the 31st straight time, a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie has debuted #1 at the box office, and a preview of a movie about a game you've probably played with a history you may not know.
That's right. It's another big opening weekend for a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania has debuted #1 at the box office, and it opened big with $104 million, the best Ant-Man launch ever. And the first $100 million debut this year, it's the first Marvel movie to hit theaters since Black Panther: Wakanda Forever in November. And if you thought that you knew Tetris, think again. Here's a look at the first trailer for the movie Tetris, a Cold War spy thriller starring Taron Egerton. He plays an entrepreneur obsessed with the game who travels to the Soviet Union to acquire the rights to what he's sure will be a sales blockbuster. Tetris debuts on Apple TV March 31st. That's it for today. With your Hollywood Minute, I'm Zach. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks for the in-depth look at Hollywood, Zach.
We'll head to Landon now for a look at the extended weather forecast.
Well, in terms of our neck of the woods, we're going to be experiencing, over today and tomorrow, we're going to be experiencing a bit of a warm-up in terms of temperatures. But this cold front that we can see in the northwestern area of the country that's coming towards us from a westerly direction is going to be affecting us over the next couple days as we get closer and closer to the weekend. As I've said just a few moments ago, as of right now, we're dealing with some increasing warmth in the Mid-Ohio Valley. We had some late night rain this past evening and very early on this morning during the late night hours before the sun started rising. As you can see here, with the precipitation bringing some rain towards us thanks to the western winds that we're getting, we're going to be experiencing a bit more bouts of rain a couple hours after dinner tonight, roughly around 6, maybe 7 o'clock this evening. And that'll lead to a slight increase followed by a decrease in temperatures. Tomorrow we'll be having some more severe rain showers with an expected high of 65, with those temperatures climbing up even higher with some more rain on Thursday with an expected high of 74. Then we start the weekend once again with things starting to cool down as the rain dissipates with partly cloudy conditions and an expected high of 43. Continuing on into Saturday with roughly the same temperatures and a return of the rain, and we're going to be experiencing yet another spike in temperatures as the rain continues on for the rest of the weekend for the churchgoers on Sunday with an expected high of 53. So for a good chunk of the rest of the daylight time we have today, it's going to be relatively dry out and about. And that's a good thing because today is a very special day, especially if you live in the community of New Orleans. Today is the first day of Mardi Gras, and we here at WCMO are doing something very special today to celebrate that. And we'll tell you a little bit about that after I return later on at the end of the program after the sports report. Looking forward to that. Until then, back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks for that, Landon. When we come back, Colton Abate will have the latest in the world of sports.
Stay with us.
James Brown and Bill Cowher welcoming you back to the Midnight Snack Run.
This is one tricky obstacle course.
He's reaching, but he pushes it away. He's approaching a plate of iced cookies. He blows right by him.
Oh, the fridge.
Looks like he's headed for the soda. Wait, he jukes left, grabs the water bottle.
Now he's just got to get out of there.
Look what dropped from the sky.
Don't do it, Dennis. That's the way you execute a Midnight Snack Run.
Stand Up to Cancer and Rally want you to reduce your risk for cancer.
Go to takeahealthystand.org.
Marietta College, home of the pioneers. A small town on the Ohio River with a tight-knit community and tons of opportunity. Find a home here at Marietta College. Bring forth a pioneer.
What are we gonna do? Ta-da! All right. Come on, every pony. Woo!
Liza, I just love how ponies are better together.
Me too. You know, same thing with Girl Scouts, Kamiko. Every day they make each other shine a little brighter.
And they make the world around them a better place. So join Girl Scouts.
And be a part of the friendship and magic.
Now we're back with Colton for a look at sports.
Tell us what's happening, Colton.
I'll give you the rundown now. The Marietta College women's basketball team defeated Heidelberg 69-42 on Saturday, February 18th, while 5 seniors took in every moment on the court of their senior day. 3 out of 4 of the leading scorers for the game included seniors Mariah Goodard, Camille Cummins, and Devin Hefner. The win for the Pioneers clinched them a first-round bye in the OAC Conference playoffs. They await an opponent to face against on Thursday, February 23rd. Coach Vivian concluded that whoever they face, they'll be a very good team. During the Marietta College women's basketball game against Capital on Wednesday, February 15th, fifth-year senior Devin Hefner scored her 1,000th collegiate point. Before Marietta College, Hefner played her freshman year at Ohio Wesleyan University, where she averaged 11.2 points per game. Devin is one of our hardest workers, said Pioneer head coach Vivian. The Pioneers won the game 60-35, led by seniors Devin Hefner scoring 13 points and Aaron Hahn with 9 points and 7 rebounds. Sophomore Paige Toulson also added 9 points. Hefner later added that it felt pretty good to reach the milestone. I'm happier that we got the win. This week for Marietta College sports, the men's lacrosse team has their first upcoming game at home in Don Drum Stadium against Chatham University on Wednesday, February 22nd. The Pioneers are led by first-year head coach Ben Sakoma and assistant coaches Ian Gonzalez and Alex Nazarski. Coach Sakoma has been implementing new offensive sets with the team leading up to their first game against Chatham and feels they are ready to be put to the test against another opponent. Sakoma says he's excited to see the new systems in action against a quality opponent. Sunday, February 19th, kicked off the 2023 NBA All-Star Game. While some fans were entertained by the rim-rattling dunks and half-court shots, Denver Nuggets coach Michael Malone has been calling it the worst basketball game ever played. Malone coached Team LeBron and noted that while some players like Kyrie Irving showed effort, he was disappointed by the low levels of interest on both sides. Malone was not alone in his disappointment. ESPN commentator Stephen A. Smith said he has seen more effort in summer league games and applauded Coach Malone for the highlighting the flagrant lack of effort. That's all I have from the world of sports. I'm Colton Abate. Back to you guys at the desk.
Well, thank you for that, Colton. Joining us now at the desk is Landon Santini for our last look at the weather.
Well, to briefly sum it up, after a bit of a dry spell, starting this evening and into the next 2 days, up through Thursday, we're going to be experiencing immense rain and an increase in temperatures going up to 74 degrees for a high by Thursday, and then kind of cooling back down as we start the weekend into the 40s and upper 50s going through Sunday with the return of some more rain. But we're going to be celebrating a very special day here at WCMO. We're going to be celebrating Mardi Gras just before everyone has to start fasting for Ash Wednesday, because we're going to be having a little bit of a pizza party after the show ends in a few seconds. Isn't that right, Addison?
That is right. We're going to do a little celebrating ourselves here in the studio, and then hopefully our fast goes well. So that's all we have for today's broadcast. Thank you for watching. We hope you'll join us Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon 30 and 6:30 for WCMO NewsCenter 15, Marietta College Broadcasting. See you next time.